in a somewhat unprecedented move in the world of religions and deities and power hierarchies, I guess, Jesus says to his followers that I don't call you my servants or slaves, I call you my friends. And this is a really breakthrough moment because, as we know, in the world of religions and deities and power hierarchies, the idea isn't so much to share power or to be seen in some form as an equal. The idea is usually to be in a position over and above others, and the deities are seen to be untouchables. They're well above, not untouchable in the Indian sense, but untouchable in the sense of they're just above all the laws and conventions of the human world because they're deities. But Jesus wants to be known as a friend of his followers and his disciples. And not only this, but he talks about how he loves his friends, and he says there is no greater love than anyone can have for their friend than to lay down their life for their friend. And it's interesting to think about the way we do friendship, because at one level we kind of know this is true, that the act of friendship is always about giving yourself to somebody in a generous way and receiving from them in a generous way as well. And we don't use friends. Friendships are not transactional. We don't use them for, not true friendships, we don't use them for gaining position or power or benefit of some kind. Friends are people we care about and choose to give ourselves to. And in that sense, we do lay down our life for our friends to a greater or lesser extent. And Jesus wants to make it clear that this is of the true nature of friendship that is eternal, that stands forever. And I think it's really important to bear in mind how counter to our normal way this is. So much of what Jesus says, it's not complicated, it's just really hard to do, because everything within us makes us naturally fall in a different direction, and we have to make decisions not to go with what would be the natural flow, and instead to do something that we choose to do because we want to do it. And getting to the point of wanting to do it is not straightforward either. We have to believe that it's really good. I think that's where faith comes in often. So, I better cross the road and get away from the gaggle. So this week at Mustard Seed, we are looking at the passage that follows on from last week. We looked at the vine and the branches last week, and this week we're looking at Jesus' commandment to abide in his love by doing what he commands, which is to love one another as he has loved us. And in this way we live as his friends. So there's so much in that. It is so revolutionary in the spiritual, religious, divine world. It is unprecedented, really, and I don't think there's any other religion or spiritual theory or God that comes anywhere near doing something that sounds like this. So let's look at that this Sunday at Mustard Seed. Somebody pointed out to me that on Sunday just gone, talking about the vine and the branches and abiding in Christ, and I should have pointed out, and I hinted at it but didn't really say it, but the point is that how do we abide in Christ these days? I mean, he's not physically with us except in his body, which we encounter in the church. So it's abiding in that community in that sense, and that's a really important thing too. So let us continue to explore these themes and delight in them and gain all the goodness from them. God bless. See you on Sunday at Mustard Seed. Cheers.